Diving into episode 6 of Tougen Anki, titled Even the Loner Path Has Its Limits, we pick up right where the chaos of episode 5 left off, thrusting us into the heart of the Kyoto Oni Agency's desperate stand against the macabre threat. The episode centers on Shiki Ichinose, our hot-blooded protagonist who's still grappling with his Oni heritage, as he teams up with the stoic Kyouya Ranzoka and a ragtag group of fellow Oni to confront a horrifying Oni corpse puppeted by the sadistic Tsubakiri Momomia. If episode 5 introduced us to Tsubakiri's twisted obsession with experimenting on only turning them into undead tools for his momentary agenda, this installment amps up the stakes by unleashing not just one, but a swarm of reanimated bodies overwhelming the agency. Key moments unfold in a whirlwind of action and emotion. The battle kicks off with Shiki and Kyouya charging into the fray, their contrasting styles clashing yet complementing each other, Shiki's raw, impulsive power burst versus Kyouya's calculated precision. We see them protecting the young Oni girl Mei, whose father's corpse is tragically one of the controlled undead, adding a layer of heartbreaking pathos to the fights. A standout sequence involves the group realizing the sheer volume of corpses dead Oni risen like zombies from a nightmare, forcing them to divide and conquer, with Nato Midona holding the line against Tsubakiri in a parallel confrontation. There's a tense standoff where Shiki hits his limit, his lone wolf tendencies crumbling under the pressure, leading to a pivotal moment of reluctant teamwork that echoes the episode's title. Dialogues are punchy and revealing, like Shiki's frustrated shout, "I can't do this alone anymore," which underscores his growth, or Tsubakiri's chilling taunts about the futility of Oni resistance. Characters shine through their developments. Shiki evolves from a stubborn loner to someone who begrudgingly acknowledges his allies, while Kyouya's quiet loyalty adds depth to his enigmatic persona. Tsubakiri remains a compelling villain, his momentary fanaticism painted with shades of madness, and secondary Oni like the agency members provide comic relief amid the grimness. The atmosphere is thick with tension, dark, shadowy visuals of the agency under siege, blood-splattered halls, and an oppressive sense of inevitability. It's a blend of supernatural horror and shonen intensity, with themes of isolation versus camaraderie weaving through the narrative, highlighting how even the strongest paths falter without support. The episode builds a claustrophobic dread, punctuated by bursts of visceral combat, making it feel like a turning point in the ongoing Oni momentary war. When it comes to animation, Tougen Anki continues to impress in episode 6. Courtesy of Pierrot Films' solid adaptation of Yu Yoshibaru's manga. The action sequences are a highlight, with fluid choreography that captures the chaotic energy of battling undead hordes. Shiki's blood manipulation powers erupt in dynamic, crimson splashes that twist and coil like living entities, rendered with impressive particle effects and smooth frame rates that keep the momentum high without dipping into choppiness. The corpse designs are grotesque yet detailed, their jerky movements animated with eerie realism that enhances the horror element. Think rotting flesh peeling away mid-lunge, or eyes glowing with unnatural control. Expressions are a strong suit too. Shiki's face cycles through rage, exhaustion, and reluctant vulnerability, with subtle shifts in shading and line work, making his internal struggle palpable. That said, while the art style maintains the manga's bold, angular aesthetic, sharp character designs against moody backgrounds, the episode occasionally leans on familiar shonen tropes in its visuals. Some crowd fights with the multiple corpses feel a tad repetitive, with recycled impact frames that could have benefited from more variety to heighten the overwhelm. Lighting plays a key role in building atmosphere, using deep shadows and stark contrasts to evoke the agency's besieged desperation, but there are moments where the color palette veers too monochromatic, muting the vibrancy of the blood powers. Praise were due, though. The key team-up scenes between Shiki and Kyouya are animated with precision, their synchronized attacks flowing like a well-oiled machine, complete with dynamic camera angles that zoom in on the sweat and strain. Overall, the animation elevates the source material's intensity, balancing high-octane flair with emotional nuance, though it could push boundaries more to avoid blending into the sea of similar dark fantasy adaptations. Episode 6 of Tougen Anki solidifies the series as a gripping dark shonen contender, blending visceral action with meaningful character growth in a way that feels earned rather than forced. The emphasis on teamwork amid overwhelming odds adds emotional weight, turning what could be a straightforward brawl into a commentary on isolation's pitfalls, perfect for a protagonist like Shiki, who's been defined by his lone struggles. It's not without flaws. The pacing rushes through some setups, potentially leaving newcomers scrambling to recall episode 5's threads, and Tsubakiri's villainy borders on cartoonish at times, lacking the subtlety that could make him truly unforgettable. Yet the highs outweigh these gripes, delivering a satisfying mix of horror, heart, and hype that keeps the only momentary conflict fresh. Looking ahead, I'm optimistic about the series' trajectory. If it continues adapting Yoshibaru's manga with this level of fidelity, deepening the lore of blood powers and agency rivalries, we could see Tougen Anki carve out a niche alongside heavier hitters like Jujutsu Kaisen. Expectations are high for more exploration of Shiki's heritage and potential alliances, perhaps delving into Mei's backstory for added depth. All in all, this episode reminds us why we're hooked. It's raw, relentless, and rewarding, even if the loner path hits its limits. Here's hoping the rest of the season pushes those boundaries further.